So what is Cerebral Valley? It's really just a pun. It's not a real thing, but the phenomenon is that Silicon Valley, San Francisco, is reclaiming its throne as the white-hot center of gravity for this AI revolution. And for a while, people have been joking that SF is dead. Well, I would say now that Miami is dead and Austin is dead because SF is back. It's so back. And as he said, like we've been organizing these events, and not just us. There's dozens and dozens of organizations like us who organize events and hackathons and discussions and salons and dinners. And on any night of the week, there's at least 10 huge events hosted by incredible speakers, incredible organizations. There's at least a hackathon a week with hundreds of folks coming in from all around the world who come. It feels like a gold rush. And, you know, at these hackathons, I've met people from all over the world. There's someone from Botswana. There's someone from Germany. I've met people from every continent at these hackathons. And I've actually talked to many of them who come for a weekend and end up just staying because they see the energy here, and they see that if you're not here in person, it's almost like you're at a disadvantage in this like revolution. So the density of energy that's here is incredible. So that's kind of what Cerebral Valley is and what's going on. Some interesting things I've seen is the rise of non-technical founders in this AI space. So I worked on AI at Meta and Microsoft, and it always felt like machine learning, AI was for the field of very technical folks. I judged the Craft Hackathon a couple weeks ago with David Sachs and the CEO of Replit, and there was a non-technical track. And what we saw is that the non-technical founders ended up creating projects that were more complex. Oh, and Jeremiah, if he's spoken at lots of events. But what we saw was that the non-technical projects were more complex than the technical ones. So this is opening up space for so many more people to build and to ideate and to create. And so that's also led to this kind of gold rush feeling where everyone's coming to see what they can create. And it feels like the beginning of an era. That being said, what are the risks on the minds of these young founders? And I would say, having a sense on the pulse, I don't think we're thinking so much about the existential risk of AI. We're out here just trying to survive, honestly. So the risks that we're thinking about are, will big enterprise bulldoze us? Is this window of opportunity real? Are we in a bubble? Is anything that we're building going to last? Our risks are more existential to our businesses. So that's kind of the pulse of what we're thinking about. On the flip side, though, there are members of the community, and for example, we're hosting a hackathon this weekend in this space. If you guys are here this weekend, we're hosting the first official Anthropic hackathon. They're releasing Claude 2 with us this weekend here. And there's discussions of the future and what this could lead to. But that implication for us is more, what will regulation do? So there's this concept of, so if you think about it as a spectrum from social norms, all of us know that we don't want to build AI that harms people. So there's social norms of what we're building, all the way on the other end of laws. Like, you will get put in jail if you do this. And so I think as a founder, what we're thinking about in terms of risk and implications society level-wise is, can we come together in the middle where there is the self-regulating standards that we can set up together. So if you saw this week, Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, Anthropic got together and created that forum. And that, I think, is a great step forward where there is collaboration between parties who actually know what's going on and understand it. Forming these regulations in conjunction, because the last thing we want is heavy-handed regulation that stops progress and that actively works to take us backward. And so that's I think how I would think about kind of the big implications of the risks moving forward. So quick thoughts, but thank you.
Thank you.